Can you really eat sprouted potatoes? I used to get it wrong for years, but now I've learned the truth, and it might surprise you. Hi there, it's Tracy. Yesterday, I remembered I still had some potatoes left from the last time I bought them, and I was planning to make them for the kids. But oh no, as soon as I pulled them out, they had already sprouted almost completely. I was about to throw them in the trash when luckily my mother-in-law saw them and showed me a way to make use of them, turning them into a real treasure for the household. Coincidentally, I still have a few sprouted potatoes here, so Tracy is going to show you exactly how to use them properly. Now that you've heard this, go grab those sprouted potatoes you almost tossed, and stay with me until the end of the video to try it out with Tracy. Especially at the end of the video, I'll show you the best way to store them for months without worrying about sprouting again. If you look closely, you'll notice that among the potatoes you've been storing, some small green sprouts have started to grow on the surface. In these sprouted potatoes, a dangerous toxin called solanine is produced. What's worrying is that solanine doesn't have a clear smell or taste, but once it enters the body, it can cause symptoms like nausea, dizziness, stomach pain, diarrhea, and in serious cases, even severe poisoning if the intake is too high. Some people believe that just cutting off the sprouts and cooking thoroughly is enough to remove the toxin, but in reality, solanine is not destroyed by high temperatures. No matter how well you boil, steam, or fry them, the toxin remains and can still be harmful. So if you see potatoes with large sprouts or with skin turning green, it's best not to eat them. So how do I know if a potato is still safe to eat? First, I look at the outer color. Good potatoes usually have pale yellow or light brown skin, no green spots, and the surface is still dry and firm. If there are just a few small sprouts and the flesh inside is still white, not soft or bruised, I can cut off the sprouts and peel off a thicker layer of skin around them, then cook the rest right away. On the other hand, if the potato has a slight foul smell, the skin has clearly turned green, the sprouts have grown long, or the potato is soft and watery, then it's best not to use it anymore. These signs show that the potato has produced a high level of solanine, which could be dangerous if eaten, so I always stay cautious to keep my family safe. As for the sprouted potatoes like these, I actually make use of them to clean many things around the house. They work surprisingly well. First, let's use it to clean grease stains on clothes. While cooking, it's hard to avoid getting oil splashes on clothing, especially on light-colored fabrics. These greasy stains not only ruin the look, but are also tough to remove if left too long. Many people have tried all sorts of solutions, but still can't get rid of them. If that's the case, let me show you a trick using sprouted potatoes that's surprisingly effective. First, I cut a sprouted potato in half and sprinkle 1 spoonful of salt onto the cut surface. Then I use that salted side to gently scrub the stain directly on the fabric. Make sure to rub carefully and slowly over the areas with grease. After a little while, you'll see the grease stains gradually fade and nearly disappear. The reason is that potatoes contain a lot of starch, which has the ability to absorb and lift away dirt from the fabric surface. Combined with salt, a mild abrasive and natural cleanser, this mixture gently but effectively removes stains. After scrubbing thoroughly, you just need to wash the clothes as usual, and they'll come out clean and bright like new. Isn't that wonderful? Next, let's make use of sprouted potatoes to clean the kitchen, especially greasy areas around the stovetop. Have you ever felt frustrated seeing greasy stains all over your kitchen surfaces after cooking? No matter how many times you wipe with a cloth, they cling stubbornly, making your kitchen look less clean and losing its shine. Instead of turning to strong chemical cleaners, try using sprouted potatoes to clean them. It's a natural ingredient, so you don't have to worry about drying out your hands. The method is very simple. Just cut a sprouted potato in half and rub it directly onto the greasy surface or anywhere with oil stains. Thanks to its high starch content that absorbs oil, the potato helps soften and lift off the grease from the surface. Then, just use a damp cloth to wipe it down, and your stovetop will be sparkling clean and shiny like new. This method is not only effective, but also extremely safe. It doesn't wear down the surface like some industrial cleaners. Aside from the stovetop, the sink area is a place we touch daily, yet it's also where grease often lingers after washing dishes or preparing food. These stains make the sink feel sticky, look dull, and unhygienic. Water alone can't get rid of them, but with just one sprouted potato, you can easily take care of it. I use half of a sprouted potato and rub the cut side directly onto the sink. I go around scrubbing all 4 sides of the sink. If the potato surface gets a bit dry, I simply slice off that layer and keep scrubbing. After scrubbing thoroughly, I rinse it off with clean water. Instantly, the sink becomes shiny and spotless like new, and I didn't have to spend a penny. Softening and polishing leather shoes. Not only can sprouted potatoes clean up grease, but they can also be used on many other materials. Take your everyday leather shoes, for example. They look durable and feel comfortable to wear. However, over time, the leather can dry out, become stiff, scratched, or lose its natural shine. All you need to do is cut a sprouted potato in half and gently rub it over the surface of your leather shoes. The starch in the potato helps moisturize and soften the dried-out leather, reducing cracks and scratches. Especially if you've just bought a new pair and the leather feels stiff and uncomfortable, this method will make the shoes softer and much easier to wear. After rubbing the potato evenly across the surface, all you need to do is wipe it off with a soft cloth. The result will surprise you. Your shoes not only look like new, but also regain their shine, softness, and feel incredibly comfortable. Who would have thought a pair of brand new shoes like this could cost no more than a single sprouted potato? Planting sprouted potatoes in soil. They're not only useful for cleaning and caring for household items, but if you know how to take advantage of them, they can also bring in a bountiful harvest. When you notice your potatoes have sprouted too much, instead of tossing them away, prepare a pot of soil or find a small corner in your garden to plant them. Planting is incredibly simple. Just place the sprouted potato into the soil, making sure the sprout is facing upward. This is important for the plant to grow properly. You don't need to bury it too deep. Just cover it with a thin layer of soil, then lightly water the soil to keep it moist. Over time, the young shoots will grow into healthy potato plants, and if you take care of them well, you can absolutely harvest clean homegrown potatoes in the next season. This is an easy way to grow food, doesn't require much technique, and is very economical. Even if you've never gardened before, just follow this method and you can still enjoy the joy of harvesting something you planted with your own hands. So, from just one sprouted potato, you can turn it into a household treasure, wiping away greasy stains or growing more fresh potatoes from it. Simple, right? From now on, if your potatoes ever sprout, try making the most of them the way Tracy just showed you. Storing potatoes. However, if some of you still want to buy a large quantity of potatoes to keep at home, don't worry. While we're at it, let me show you how to store potatoes so they stay fresh for a long time without sprouting or rotting. First, prepare a cardboard box. Line the bottom with an old towel, old clothes, newspaper, or absorbent paper to help prevent moisture buildup from underneath that could cause mold. Then, gently place the potatoes into the box one by one, being careful not to stack them on top of each other to avoid bruising or crushing. Next, Sprinkle a thin layer of baking soda over the surface of the potatoes. Baking soda helps absorb moisture and significantly reduces the chances of sprouting or turning green due to light and humidity. If you have more potatoes, simply alternate with a layer of paper, then continue stacking the potatoes and sprinkle more baking soda. Most importantly, remove any potatoes that show signs of spoilage right away to prevent them from affecting the others. Once the box is full, just close the lid tightly and place it in a cool, dry, and well-ventilated area. Note: don't place the box directly on the ground to avoid moisture seeping in from the floor, and always keep the space underneath well aired. The layers of paper and baking soda will help regulate the moisture and temperature inside the box, preventing the potatoes from rotting, sprouting, or turning green. Thanks to this method, you can keep your potatoes fresh for 5 to 6 months without worry. So we've just explored a whole series of amazing tips using sprouted potatoes, something most people would throw away, like removing stains, cleaning the kitchen, and even preserving potatoes for the long term. Quite surprising and useful, isn't it? Tell us in the comments below where you're from and how it goes if you use these tips. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video to spread these handy tips to more people. There are still so many exciting tricks waiting for you in the upcoming videos.